Good morning, Coastal Bend. I hope everyone's having a good day so far this Sunday. It's nice and chilly out there, 37 degrees, but when you factor in that wind about 10 miles per hour, it feels more like we are at 30 degrees. So it's nice and chilly out there today, and we're getting off to a chilly start for this Super Bowl Sunday. You're definitely going to want a jacket heading out this morning if you've got any early morning plans, last minute grocery trips planned. This afternoon, though, we get up into the upper 60s, in some places getting to 70 a little further inland. We're going to see, instead of the northwesterly winds we saw yesterday, these more easterly and southeasterly winds. That's going to bring in more humidity and more cloud cover heading into later today. I don't think we're going to see any rain chances, so if you're up early to throw some barbecue, ribs, brisket, whatever it may be on the grill early this morning so it can cook all day, or if you're waiting until this evening to cook something that's a little quicker, you should be good to go either way. Here's a look at our water vapor imagery. We've got a couple of big swirls here. Those are big low pressure systems. This one wrapping some dry air into it. That's the orange color, but the one we're concerned with is this one off on the west coast. Here in Texas, though, we've got a nice high pressure sitting over us here in the coastal bend. That's allowing some clouds to move and drift from west to east. That drove up our overnight low temperature. So instead of down in the lower 30s, we've been more in the upper and mid 30s here, though right now Stanton is sitting at the freezing mark. A couple areas in the 40s, maybe even 50s right along the coast. Let's take you throughout the rest of your forecast this afternoon. We're going to see periods of more clouds than sun and periods of more sun than clouds. So it'll be kind of a mix of sunshine and clouds this afternoon as those continue to drift from west to east. Temperatures this afternoon warm up to about where they did yesterday, maybe a touch warmer in some places, maybe a little cooler depending on that cloud cover. Southeasterly winds continue to bring in more humidity overnight, and that gives us warmer temperatures tonight. Instead of the 30s, 40s, we're going to be more so in the lower 50s. Then tomorrow afternoon, those southeasterly winds really ramp up, bringing in more humidity and warmer temperatures. So we're going to top out in the 70s tomorrow afternoon, and it's not going to be the only windy day this week, though. It may be the windiest day tomorrow. We've got plenty more where that came from heading into later this week, and we'll break down day by day why we're going to be so windy here in the coastal bend. First off, tomorrow we're sandwiched between high and low pressure, and as these two get closer together, we just get windier. You can see how the wind flows upward from the south here. That brings in more humidity and warmer temperatures the next couple of days. Then that low pressure we talked about goes off to the north, so we're not going to get really any rain chances or cooler air from it, though this cold front does try to make it to the coast. However, the drier air behind it is really just going to make us warmer, so I'm kind of hesitant to even call this a cold front, but watch what it does. It goes right back up to the north there when an earring as a warm front in the northern part of Texas. Then that low pressure system comes across the state with a cold front, bringing us some rain chances as well as cooler temperatures. Then heading into Friday, high pressure moves in and we see cooler temperatures come in around the eastern side of that high. So by Friday, we may not even make it out of the 50s. So this cold front, definitely the big thing with it is going to be those lower temperatures on the end of the week, but we do have those isolated rain showers as well as those breezy winds to contend with. Here in the coastal bend, temperatures this afternoon going to be in the 60s in Corpus Christi, a little bit warmer further inland. Then tonight, that increasing humidity gives us lows more around 50 than those 30s that we've been seeing the next several days. Temperatures continue to warm up here in the coastal bend up to the 80s by Wednesday. That's 10 degrees above average. Then that cold front comes through with some isolated rain and we get nice and cooler heading into next weekend. Lexus.